We are live now. Start.
Please start. Pritam madam, we are going live. Please start.
Thank you, sir. Hello, friends. Good evening to one and all. I, Mrs. Pritam Vikas Maral, wholeheartedly welcome to today's speaker, organizing committee, and all the participants at online informative session on changing paradigm of higher education, organized by Library and Information Science Research Scholar Forum in association with Mumbai University and College Teachers Association, MUKTA. Before we begin, there are some announcements to the participants. During the session, if you wish to ask questions to the resource person, then you may send the question at the WhatsApp number provided to you on the emails as well as Telegram group. If you want to ask any question, please send those questions on the WhatsApp numbers. At the end of the session, feedback form link will be given to you to the chat box as well as Telegram group. Thank you. Now I request to respected Dr. Jagdish Kulkarni sir, please brief about the Elias Research Scholar Forum. Please, sir.
Afternoon. Resource person of this section, Honorable Professor P.B. Vidyasagar sir, Professor Dr. D.N. Misra sir, who is Pro Vice Chancellor of Punyashlok Ahilya Devi Holkar Solapur University, Solapur, Professor Dr. Vaibhav Nade sir, President MUKTA, Honorable Dr. Subhash Athavale sir, General Secretary of MUKTA, Dr. N.V. Dahibate sir, Meenakshi madam, and our research scholar team, and all dignitaries and participant friends. The Library and Information Science Research Scholar Forum is a group of research scholars registered for PhD in Library and Information Science in Swami Ramanand Tirth Marathwada University. The forum established virtually with the formation of WhatsApp group by Mrs. Durga Raikar on 14th October 2019. The basic aim of group is to assist PhD scholars in PhD process and work. Mrs. Pritam Maral and others have added suggestions to it on time to time. After emergence of COVID-19 epidemic, the research scholar requested me to deliver a lecture specially for the group. First, I delivered a lecture on PhD research myths and realities. It was continued daily for 10 days. Many eminent teachers delivered lectures on different topics of research. We also called chief guests from administration to introduce administrative part. Now, forum members learned the online webinar technology and supporting different activities. The forum is grateful to MUKTA authorities for their wholehearted support in organization of the activity. Friends, we are at home listening and reading news regarding impact of COVID-19 on different areas like economy, health, etc. As we work in the area of higher education, we feel that there is a need to know its impact on higher education too. We communicated this idea to Honorable Pandit Vidyasagar sir, and he accepted our invitation. Honorable Vidyasagar sir is a versatile personality. He is a scientist, he is an administrator, he is a good author, and he is a good orator. He is the right person to analyze the higher education scenario of present situation. I welcome Honorable Vidyasagar sir, other dignitaries present here, Dr. D.N. Misra sir, Dr. N.V. Dahibate sir, Dr. Vaibhav Narwade sir, Professor Subhash Athavale sir, and all others who are present in the newsroom as well as in the participants. I appreciate efforts of the organizing team, Mrs. Pritam Maral, Mr. Durga Raikar, Mr. Rahul Barate, Dr. Kanchi, Mr. Bomle, Mr. Gajmal, Mr. Vizawasi, Dr. Nitesh, Dr. Ravindra Latkar, Mr. Shivraj Deshmukh, Mr. Anil Jadhav, Dr. Arun Hambarde, Mr. Chaitanya Veer, and all others. With this small introduction, I welcome you all. More than 2,000 registered participants gathered virtually all parts of the country. Now, I over to Pritam for introducing, over to Meenakshi Madam for introducing Mukta.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Very good afternoon. Warm welcome on behalf of Mukta to all the participants and all the dignitaries. Mukta is registered association and is affiliated to ABRSM. The main mantra of Mukta is Rashtra ke hit mein shiksha, shiksha ke hit mein shikshak, and shikshak ke hit mein samaj. On this line, the association, since its inception, is doing the work for the interest of the teachers' well-being. A massive awareness drive was conducted throughout the Mumbai University affiliated colleges under the leadership of Dr. Shekhar Chandatre as a president and Dr. Namdev Mandge as a president and Professor Subhas Atavale as general secretary. Initiative has been taken for the teachers training to educate the teachers toward the responsibility and to provide the information. The teachers education cell is formed. Teachers grievance cell is also created to support the teachers to resolve their grievance. Recently, a website is launched which shall be very useful and informative to all the teachers. During this pandemic, lots of activities are geared up by the team Mukta. Immediately after the lockdown, the team has decided to hold the webinars for teachers. From 4th April 2020, 12 webinars are conducted on innovative topics by Mukta, and we received great response from more than 2,000 teachers from 100 plus universities, colleges and universities of India and abroad. After that, Mukta team has decided to help the colleges and universities to hold these webinars by providing technical support. As an outcome, several colleges and universities are organizing webinars in association with Mukta. This is one of this joint venture with the college, and we are here for the lecture of Dr. Vidya Sagar. Thank you very much. Madam, please take over the charge of the session.
Thank you, ma'am. It is a great honor for me to introduce today's speaker, Honorable Dr. Pandit Vidyasagar sir. First and foremost introduction of sir is that he is an eminent academician and educational administrator at the state and national level. He is the former Vice Chancellor of Swami Ramananda Tirtha Marathwada University, Nanded. He was the member of the 10th UGC Plan Committee and also has Registrar of Savitribai Phule Pune University, Pune. He has obtained his MSc and PhD degree in physics in Savitribai Phule Pune University and has extensive experience in administration, research and teaching. Honorable Dr. Pandit Vidyasagar has been worked in the fields of medical and health physics for more than 2 decades. Sir has been unique and significant contribution at the interface of science and society through the scientific writing. His research contributions have been acknowledged at international level in the field of biophysics. Former professor and head of the physics department, Savitribai Phule Pune University has extensively contributed to the upliftment of higher education through his writing, participation in policy making, and working on various committees at state and national level. He has guided 16 students for PhD and 19 students for MPhil. He has to his credit 18 books on education, research, and science popularization. His contribution at the interface science and society have been duly recognized. He has worked on many important posts and also chaired committees set up by UGC, state government, and university. He was a regular and senior associate at International Center for Theoretical Physics, Treatise, Italy for 12 years. He was invited as a professor at Chubu University, Japan. He has earned many accolades for his significant contribution in education, research, and science popularization. Some of them are G.R. Paranspe Award by Maharashtra Sahitya Parishad, National Education Leadership Award for Outstanding Contribution to Education 2014 by Lokmat and Star Group, Shikshan Maharshi Dr. Panjabrao Deshmukh Memorial Award by Yashwantrao Chauhan Maharashtra Open University Nashik, and Vidya Vyas Award by Vidya Cooperative Bank for his contribution towards educational and social upliftments. He has worked as a director, Board of College and University Developments, Savitribai Phule Pune University Pune, acting Vice Chancellor of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University Aurangabad, and former Vice Chancellor of Swami Ramananda Tirtha Marathwada University Nanded, Maharashtra. We are honored to welcome Dr. Pandit Vidyasagar sir. Now I request sir, please enlighten us through your valuable words. Please sir.
Great. Thank you very much for your kind introduction. And let me thank first both the organizations, Library and Information Science Research Scholar Forum and Mumbai University and College Teachers Association for giving me opportunity to interact with the teachers on a very important topic, and that is a changing paradigm in higher education. This is a very vast topic and it has many points to cover, but I will try and cover as many points as I can. And if some point is left out, we can have that in the discussion. Friends, in India, higher education started in 1854. And since then it is evolving. Of course, before independence, it was not that fast, or it was more or less stagnant. As you can see from the numbers of the universities as well as the colleges at that time. At the time of independence, the number of universities were 40. And the number of colleges which we had were 500. So the first task was to make an access of higher education to the common public. And that has been done quite well. As you can see that the university number has gone from 40 to 800. And the number of colleges have increased to 40,000. Now this is a big number, as we can see, but still, you know that there is a lot of people who are out of this system. As you can see that the number of youth in India which have no access to the education is 3.2 crores. And the adults who are not literate, it is 26.5 crores. So this is a big number, but at the same time, we have done a good job in making an access or making available higher education to the common public. At present, you know that GER, that is gross enrollment ratio, is on an average 20%, and we want to make it to 30% in next decade. So this is the situation. But how education has changed over the years? As you know, earlier education was considered as a service. And you know that in Maharashtra especially, there were many stalwarts who have contributed towards this aim. It's Karmaveer Bhaurao Patil or Maharshi Karve, Panjabrao Deshmukh. There are many names which you can take. But later on, it got changed to profession. So it was considered as a profession. But from there, it went to business. So now we have gone one step ahead, and we say that education is a marketing commodity. So we have come to that stage. So this is a big change which has happened over the years. And accordingly, you can see that there are many policies which were changed over the time. Before 1980, they were only granted college, or the colleges which were given grant by the government. But around 1980s or so, there was a change in policy in Maharashtra. And then we allowed non-grant colleges. Now that has helped to increase the number of engineering colleges. And the same policy has been adopted for the other, say, areas like commerce, arts, and science. What has happened? Because of this, there are now 3 types of teachers who are there or which are there at present. Some of them are permanent, some of them are contractual, and some of the poor fellows, they are on CSB. So this is a great change which has happened. And I know that it has a good effect and bad effect on our higher education system. Now, when we go ahead and see that what are the changes in policies which were made by UGC. Around say 1990 or 2000, there was a concept of autonomy which was brought in. The idea was to give more academic as well as financial flexibility to the college. You know that UGC formed the guidelines and they were given to the universities. But our mentality is such that we don't want to give up any right which is given to us. And what happened as a result, universities did not adopt these guidelines in their statutes. And because of that, very few colleges went for the autonomy. And the number was in 1, 2 like that. Even in Pune University, when I was director of BCOD, there are hardly 2 or 3 colleges which have opted for the autonomy. So that was an effort done to change the education system in Maharashtra as well as in India. And why this has happened? Because we have not changed the mindset. We are trying to bring the change, but the mindset remained the same. Like management thought that this will be an extra burden to them, and that's why they were opposing it. Teachers were opposing. Why? Because they feel that there was a fear of losing the job. So another thing is that the teacher thought that there will be extra workload which they will have to take, and also the extra responsibility. But if you ask me, I will say that there is one reason behind this, and this is that we wanted to follow the law of average, because we are accustomed to a system where everything is average. The university syllabus is average, the question paper is average, the result is average, and in this system, responsibility goes to nobody, because the college teachers will say that, okay, if student fails, something has happened at the university level, I am not responsible. So this law of average actually forces us to remain with the system, and this has to change, because unless this is changed, I think we cannot go ahead. Now another effort which was made during this, because the principle which UGC has followed was access, equity, and then there was a word quality which was always neglected till up to 2000, you can say. What about the equity? Yes, it was addressed to some extent, because we have adopted reservation policies in admission. Also, we tried to give, say, some reservation on gender bias, then provide some scholarships. So some effort was made in that direction. But the third part, which is quality, which was totally neglected. And that realization came, and then the efforts were made in that direction. Now, who will improve the quality of education? And that is the teacher who will do it, because no administration or no, say, management is able to improve the quality. It is the teacher who can improve the quality. But when that quality will be improved? When the quality of the teacher is improved. And the efforts were made in that direction, and it was realized that teachers should be given some kind of a training. And that's why there was the idea of a refresher course, orientation program. So they were implemented, and teachers were supposed to undergo these programs and improve their knowledge, as well as make them updated to the recent knowledge and that kind of thing. It has helped to a certain extent, but once it becomes a ritual, then it has no effect, because all these refresher courses and orientation courses are actually conducted in a particular way. And as a result, what happens? That what you give to the teacher is very little. Another thing which I have observed during this interaction, that in India, we actually, we think that responsibility of teaching is of the organizers or of the teachers. It happens with the students, it happens with the teachers. This is not the case when you go abroad. When you attend a course abroad, they say that we are providing you opportunity to learn. How much you take, it depends on you. So we are not here to, say, monitor you, or we will not take any responsibility that how much you learn. And I think we have to have that kind of attitude, but that didn't happen in case of refresher courses as well as orientation courses. And then another point which was brought in was PBAS, that is performance-based assessment scheme. Now there were 3 criteria on which the performance was done. That was teaching, research, and extension. Now research, when it was made compulsory and there were some incentives linked to that, you know what happened. Because those who didn't want to do research, they started doing research. As a result, there was a substandard research which was done. Then there was a number of journals which have come up, which maintained no standard, and there was a rampant plagiarism. And as a result, UGC has to change the policy, and now it is said that this research is not compulsory. But let me tell you that in higher education, research is a very important component. If you want to improve the quality of teaching, it can happen only through research. And if the teacher is engaged in the research, then only he will update himself and he will keep up to the mark. Another thing is that the students who follow him, who see him, actually gain a lot of things from a teacher who is engaged in a serious research, because that is the kind of impression they get. And that is the teaching which is done outside the classroom. That's why research is an important aspect of higher education, and that should be continued. Of course, teachers will have to now take initiative, and without looking at the incentive, they will have to continue with this. Now, another thing which was introduced was credit system. Now here also, we have been implementing this system from 2006 onwards, but still we have not come to the term with them, because we still don't get the idea of credit. We are still stuck up with the marks percentage, and then what we do, while making an assessment, we again give marks and convert marks into grade. So that is not expected. Another thing, what I have been observing, that when you make a salary, now what was the idea of credit? The idea of credit system was to make modules which are self-consistent and which are small, and that idea was to be implemented because we have to avoid the repetition of the same thing. See, many things, if you take a subject like physics or biology or chemistry, even within that, there is some portion which is repeated in various, say, courses. So that has to be avoided. That is one thing. Second thing, in a subject like biology, it is a life science. So there are some basic courses which are core courses. That is the same thing for physics. Means the same course is taught in physics, same course is taught in electronic science, same course taught in instrumentation science. Same thing happens in case of biology. That microbiology, botany, zoology, environmental science, or biotechnology are teaching the same courses. And we are wasting a lot of, say, manpower into that. And also means we need more teaching faculty. And at the end, when we do not have the teachers, then students suffer. So that was the idea of credit, but that was not implemented to the fullest form. And we are still stuck up with that kind of thing. Later on, with the credit, now we are talking choice-based credit system. Now that is one step ahead. Now what is included in that? There are two main aspects of this. One is the electives. There are two types of electives which we have to offer. One is discipline-specific elective and another is generic elective. And the second component, which is very important, is the skill development or skill-based courses, which have to be made compulsory. Now, the idea of electives is to give choice to the student to offer courses which are not related to that subject or to that discipline. For example, a student in biology can offer a course in music or in drama, or a student of physics can offer a course in economics, or an economics student can offer a course in statistics or mathematics. And that is the idea. So electives are of two types. One is a discipline-specific elective and another is generic elective. And this generic elective is to actually improve the personality of the student, because learning one subject doesn't enrich the personality or it doesn't develop to that extent. So there is an opportunity in the CBCS for the student to make a correct choice. But that is also not implemented to the fullest extent right now. Though CBCS has been implemented in various universities, we are not giving enough choice to the student. And second thing, the skill enhancement courses which are there. There are two types of courses, ability enhancement and skill enhancement. And skill enhancement courses are very important. But that is also means we are changing the system, but we are very slow in adopting the process. Many times we are actually converting only say marks into credit and making that course as a credit course. So that is not expected. So we have to have a different approach so that we can implement this system to the fullest extent. Another thing or another decision which was taken at the national level, that was about the ranking of the institutions. And the first effort was done through NAC. Now, you know that many colleges have undergone NAC assessment, universities also have gone NAC assessment, but still there are many colleges who have not yet, not even a single time, because this is the fourth cycle which is coming and many universities and colleges are going in the fourth cycle, whereas there are many colleges which have not even gone to the first cycle. Now, why this is happening? Means we want to change, we want to make our own assessment, we want to see where do we stand, what is our quality of teaching, quality of research, quality of extension, then how much we deliver to the students, how many facilities we offer to the students. There are many aspects which are involved in it, but we are scared because many colleges actually don't want to go for that. But I will say that this care is unnecessary, because what NAC does is NAC only validates whatever your claims are. They are not asking any questions beyond that. They are not there to investigate. They are not there to demean you. They are there to validate whatever claims you want to make about your own system. And I think that this is very essential, because we should know where do we stand. And this is the best opportunity, means going under NAC, means going for the NAC assessment is the best opportunity for all colleges and the universities. Now, UGC has come up with a scheme of Paramarsh. So under that, one college will mentor 4 or 5 colleges which have not undergone through this or have not gone for the NAC, and they will help them in all respects. And even means say persons like me are actually there as a mentor. And we do help these colleges to make say their self-assessment reports, SSRs, and those kind of things. And the first thing is to change their attitude. Once we change the attitude, then we can improve. I know many colleges, even in say Marathwada region or Swami Ramanand Tirth Marathwada University, that they were remote colleges, but they had a courage to go for the NAC. And I appreciated that, because that is the challenge which you are taking, and you are not shy of actually getting assessed that where do you stand. And this is the best opportunity for the improvement that we have to see. Another say ranking system which was introduced was National Institute for Ranking Framework, Institutional Ranking Framework. Now, of course, there are some reservations about this, because this system accounts for the points or say aspects which are not possible for the institutions which are in the rural areas. Because if you try to see that how many students of your institutions are employed and how much salary do they get, then these institutions from the rural areas will find it difficult to actually score any points over there. But apart from that, there are some good aspects also of this ranking system that will make you aware that what way one has to go, what is next, what is future. And I think if we take it in that sense or in that positive sense, then even NIRF is a good system to make our own assessment, and we'll have to. On that background, now we are in a phase where new education policy has come. And actually, this policy is a well-drafted policy, let me say that, because there was a lot of interaction with the stakeholders, and we also participated in that. Students participated, then teachers participated, then all kinds of people from all walks of life have contributed to frame that policy. And there are many aspects which one has to ponder in this new education policy. And the first thing is the change in teaching learning process. See, you know that in India, up till now, there are many commissions which were formed. Right from say 1854, if you go through, there are Woods Dispatch and then There are many Indians like Radhakrishnan was there, J.K. Hussain was there. Kothari Commission came after independence. Then Pitroda Commission came. All commissions, if you look at it, most of the commissions have recommended the change in the content of the syllabus or bringing new aspects related to employment, maybe related to higher education or connectivity of, say, school education to the higher education, that kind of thing. This is the first time that in new education policy, there is a recommendation to change teaching learning process. Now, what is that change? The change is in the way we teach, which, as it is said, that in India, we teach the students. We teach students right from KG, we start teaching. But we don't teach students how to learn. And that is the biggest lacuna in our system. And this new education policy addresses this lacuna. It suggests that the way we teach, the way teachers interact with the students, right from the childhood to the adulthood, this has to change. We have to give more freedom to the students to learn, one thing. Second thing, we have to make them participating or participative in learning. It should not be a passive learning. It should be an active learning. And teacher has to act as a facilitator. It cannot be a teacher who will imprint his or her own ideas on a student. Yesterday, I read a very big, very interesting kind of a narration. So there it is said, one child goes to the school and then teacher tells student to draw a flower. So child has some ideas of flowers. So child starts drawing it. Teacher says, wait. So child waits. So teacher will draw, has drawn a flower on the blackboard. So that flower had a red kind of a stalk and then yellow kind of petals and all. So that child didn't like that flower. That child has better ideas of drawing the flowers. But teacher said, wait, now you look at this flower and draw it. So teacher has drawn that. And then as a process, that child has learned to follow the teacher. And then it has suppressed its own ideas. So when that child goes to another school and teacher says, draw the flower, the child waits. And then the teacher asks that, why are you waiting? The child says, no, you have not drawn the flower. So how can I draw the flower? So the teacher says that, okay, you can draw on your own. So child draws the flower with yellow petals and red stalk. So his creativity has been killed. So in this new education policy, it is said that we should not do this. We have to nurture the curiosity of the students. We have to help the children imagine and be creative. And unless that happens, then our higher education will not be, say, fruitful or productive. So encourage the self-learning through participation, that is another. Another point which it discusses is about liberal education. Because right now, we have become more and more specialized. See, we are going to one subject only. Means up to 12th standard, we learn 4 or 5 subjects. But after that, we actually concentrate on one subject only, and then we get a degree in physics or chemistry or biology. Now, this is the world of interdisciplinary. This is an interdisciplinary kind of approach. Now we are going towards interdisciplinary, cross-disciplinary, multidisciplinary and all. So you have to have flexibility in thinking and learning. Unless you have that, you will not be able to address the real life problems. Because real life problems do not fall into category of any one subject. Nature does not think in terms of chemistry, physics, biology, nothing. It thinks in totality. I can give an example. Suppose you are looking at something. So what is the process involved in that? That light is falling on the object. It is getting reflected. Then it reaches your eye. Then lens will actually refract it. Then it is concentrated on the retina. Then biological process will start. Then it is converted into electrical impulse and then goes into the visual center and then we see the thing. Now, how many subjects are involved in this? All subjects. There is a chemistry, there is physics, there is biology, there is computer, there is mathematics, everything. And ultimately, if you are asked that what did you see? Who sees that object? We have no answer. That is a philosophical question. So everything is in toto. And that is the attitude which you will have to create among the students. Then only they will face the real life problems. Otherwise, they will start thinking in a very channelized way and will not be able to get answers to our questions which we are facing in the everyday life. Another point which is missing in our education is skill development. When I started this CBCS in SRTM University, that was the first university to introduce this at the undergraduate level. So before that, 1 year, I was trying to prepare teachers for that new system. So when I said that we'll implement a system, one teacher, one skill. So what was the idea? The idea was that each teacher will have one skill and impart it to the student. So when I started talking to the teachers said, this is not our job. I said, whose job is that? They said, no, we are only chalk and talk. We'll go into the classroom and teach. We are not supposed to develop any skills. Then I said, who will do it? Then they said that skills means science and technology. I said, no, that is not true. Every subject has a skill component attached to it. They said, give us example. I said, take language, take Marathi. Now, if a child learns that language, does he know how to write a script? No. Does child know how to take interview? No. Does he proofreading? No. Then what the child has learned? What that child has learned as a language. So if you add this component, then these are the skills associated with it. So like that, every subject has the skills. And of course, then teachers realized and they took it over and did it very well and that kind of. But this is the attitude, and this attitude has to change because skill is a very important component of our higher education. And unless we are able to use our knowledge for practical purpose, it is of no use. It is of no use. We can have certificate, we can have mark memo, we can have degree, we can have grades, we can have percentage, everything. But if you do not have ability to use your knowledge in day-to-day life, then it is useless. So in 21st century, we'll have to worry about this. And that is what the new education policy envisages. And that is why it says that vocational training should be compulsory. Vocational training should be made compulsory for each course, each subject. Also, it says that you have to restructure the professional, education. Right now, we are that is in demand, like MBBS is in demand. Engineering was also in demand up to last year also. But the way we teach students is not satisfactory. And that has been realized. Because we know that means our own children are graduates in engineering and medical and all. And we know that how much knowledge they have. They don't have much knowledge. Engineering, there is no practical knowledge. They do hardly any practicals in engineering. And that's why they have to go to USA or other countries to do MS. And what is the difference? The difference is only of practical knowledge. Theoretical, there is no problem because our students are better than any other students in the world. There is no doubt about it. But as far as practical experience is concerned, they are nowhere. And that is the changes which this new education policy actually envisages to bring in. Another thing is credit transfer. A student who is learning in one university, actually, when he or she wants to change it, then there are many difficulties because there is no equivalence. There is no formula which actually can say that, okay, that student can be admitted at second year or third year or that kind of thing. And for each student, you have to do a big exercise. That I have realized when I was working in Pune University and also in Nanded University. That you have to have an equivalence committee, and that equivalence committee will go into the cases, each and every case, and then decide that what subject that student has to take or doesn't have to take. And then only he or she can be admitted. It takes long time. So when you have uniform system or credit system, then credits can be easily transferred. So mobility of the student is very important, and that can be ensured if we really do this kind of means we implement these systems all over India. Now, the new education policy also tells that every college will be autonomous. And this is a big change. And as I said, that there is already fear about the autonomy. In fact, any new thing comes, we are afraid of it. And why we are afraid? Because we don't understand that, or we don't make a try to understand that. We depend on hearsay. Somebody says something and then we take it as it is. We ourselves never go into that and look at each and every point and then make your own assessment. So this is also there. Now they will say, they are saying that how each college can be autonomous. And this is okay, all right, for the colleges which are in the city, but what will happen to the colleges which are at the rural area? And there are many problems associated with that, but that is a suggestion given. And there is no affiliation. There will be no affiliation. So you have to be on your own. So you have to create your own brand. So unless you have your own status, students will not take admission in your college. And that is a big challenge for every institution. And there also the major role played is by teachers. So unless teachers actually take up this challenge, it will not be successful. Another big change which has been envisaged is that there will be no universities for a particular branch or the subject, like law university, engineering university, medical universities. They will be all closed down. There will be university where all these kinds of disciplines will be together. So that is, but on the contrary, each government is forming a new university every day. So this is a contradiction. The policy says, because earlier it was said by Yashpal committee, it was recommended that there should not be any university based on the discipline. But after that, many universities have come up. In Maharashtra also, we have technology university, then say MUHS is there, and then law university has come up. Now sports university coming up. So policy and implementation, there is no actually coordination. So policy says one thing and in practice it happens in another way. And then that will make the situation more and more complicated. Because if you have more and more universities, it is very difficult to stop all those universities and then merge them into the traditional universities. But that is what has been. And the last point which is there in the new education policy is about ICT. So ICT is another very important aspect of higher education. So information and communication technology, use of that. Now it has started already, means it was there, means like we are talking about internet and online education for ages. But somehow it didn't pick up. So that is there, but it has not become a very substantial part of our education. Now on the background of Corona, the things have changed because now that has come to forefront. Means I'll give you an example of our solar, say, energy, utilization of solar energy. It has been there for years, but the, say, utility or the usage is not going up. Why? Because there are alternatives available which are cheap and convenient. And there are other energy sources which will satisfy our needs, like electricity is there, petrol is there, diesel is there, that kind of thing. And that is why we are neglecting solar system. Now, if all other sources cease to exist, then definitely we'll go for the solar system. Now, same thing happened for ICT. Now, on the background of Corona, all other systems have momentarily stopped. Means we are not able to go to college, we are not able to collect the students, we are not able to take the classes. And that is why ICT has come to forefront. Now, it has created many problems in the minds of teachers, in the minds of parents, in the minds of students. Now, on that background, what questions we can ask? The first one is, will it replace the conventional teaching completely? Because that is what being said right now. My emphatic answer to this is no, it will not happen. Because this system has been there for years, and when it has come, that time it was said that teachers will not exist. There will be no need of teachers. but it has never happened. Why? Because teaching learning process needs physical interaction. Because only interaction through internet or online is not enough. Not for the children, not for the grown-up students. For children, it is essential because they learn more through expression rather than through words. And a physical interaction actually helps them to learn better. And that is why I don't think that this will be replaced completely. But at the same time, maybe up to 50% component will have online and 50% with physical interaction. That may happen. That's what I feel that. Now, the question or the problem before colleges is how to attract students to the college. Right now, in commerce and arts, the presentee is not more than 25%. This is the fact. Now, this will become worse. So, we'll have to think that how to attract students to the colleges. Now, why should they come to college? If we ask this question, what is the answer? If they are getting all the information online, all the books are available, all notes are available, then why should they come to college? So we'll have to answer this question by creating the atmosphere where they will have first-hand work experience, first-hand or the opportunity to develop the skills. Unless we do that, students will not come to college. Because they should feel the relevance, necessity, as well as importance and usefulness of coming to the college. And that is the biggest responsibility which teachers will have. Teachers will have to change their attitude. Teachers will have to acquire the skills. Teachers should be able to impart that to the students. If it happens, then the situation will be okay. Otherwise, means for commerce and arts, the situation will be very grim. So experience-based learning is necessary. And that is why we have to bring that kind of a syllabus also. We have to change the syllabus. And not change the syllabus, change the examination pattern. Because we'll have to formulate the examination like that. Because right now there is only writing examination. So you have to mug up and write. So unless we devise a new examination pattern, this is of no use. And that is how we have to have more practical, oral, seminar, essay, thesis report writing, group discussion, all these methods which UGC also has recommended in this recent recommendation, that you can take examination by using any of these forms. So this is a big change which is coming in. And you know that in India, our attitude is that we teach the way the examination is taken. Actually, examination is for evaluation. But we go other way around. We look at that how exam is taken and accordingly teacher will teach. So as this is the attitude, we have to change the examination pattern and that will be very useful. That's what I say. So another pattern which may emerge, that's what I feel, that right now the examinations are conducted by the university. I feel in future, all examinations should be conducted by colleges. Okay. And even the marks, grade, everything will be given by the college. University will conduct only final qualifying examination, like on the basis of GRE, online examination. And that will qualify the student and will give the university grade. So the student can have college grade and university grade. Okay. And even college can be graded on the basis that how much grades their students get into a particular subject. So that will be grade for the college for that year. So that way you can monitor the quality of the teaching at the college level also. Because in future that may happen. Some people say that the whole system will be dismantled. There will be no colleges, there will be nothing. People will do home learning. Okay. And if everybody learns at home, then what will do? Then university will be there only to give or conduct examination and give the degree. Okay. This may not happen because in India it is very difficult. But See, people are thinking in that direction, and some part of the community will go in that way. Right now, many parents don't want their children to go to school. They want them to learn at home. And that may increase in future, so we'll have to see. Now, some people say, is this the end of teaching profession? That question is also being raised. I say that this will not happen. Again, I am saying that. No, this will not happen. Because teacher is there right from Ramayana and Mahabharata. Things have changed all the way, 5,000 years. But teacher has survived, some form or other. And this is what will happen in future also. But teacher will have to change. Teacher will have to change. See now, if there is an online teaching, what happens? You are actually speaking to the invisible audience. You don't know to whom you are talking to. That is the first thing, which is the change word. Second thing, you are watched by many people. Means in a classroom, only certain amount of students are watching you. If you are online, you have no control who watches. And they'll make their own judgment. Yesterday I had, one video has come, very nice video. In that surgeon was discussing that because of this online, the parents are observing the teachers and they are complaining that teachers do not have proper pronunciation. They are making mistakes. Okay, so who is watching? Not students, but anybody can watch you. And so teacher has to be very careful now. So it has to care for all the things. Say it has to care for its language, then it has to care for body language, then it has to pronunciation, and presentation, then subject knowledge, everything will be tested. And teacher has to face this. Of course, there is a danger. Because when you say this, means there is a part of acting also. So you have to act also, because performance expression means acting. But a teacher who may be good in acting and performing may not be a good teacher. So that also we have to take into account. Because I know many teachers who had very bad language, very bad of expression, body language was very haphazard, but they were the best teachers because they had the best knowledge. So this also we have to take in, keep in mind, but that will take time. But right now, the teaching qualities would be judged by language, pronunciation, body language, presentation, and subject knowledge. So even means we don't say that it is acting, but still we have to care for our flow, logic, then emphasis. Then we have to worry about concept, what concepts we are giving and what elaboration we are making. Then structure, means your lecture should be very well structured, articulated, and being presentable, means you have to be presentable yourself, whatever way you are. It doesn't mean that you have to be very beautiful or smart or something like that, but you have to be presentable. And all these qualities teachers will have to acquire in future. Another thing is that the teacher will be valued on the basis of that how many concepts he can clear or how many doubts of the student that teacher is able to clear. And only for that students will come to you. They will not come to you to listen your boring lectures or write down the notes. No, because that is not needed. They are already there with them. So what they will care, they will see that what way the teacher is useful in making the subject understandable or clear their doubts, or in depth how teacher can explain that subject. So these will be the qualities of the teacher which will be very important in future. And that way we have to change ourselves. So there are few actually suggestions to the parents also, because we have to propagate this. that parents should let students judge the teacher. Don't judge yourself. Because if I am judging on behalf of my granddaughter, that's not fair. So let students judge the teacher and don't judge them. Parents should not judge. Then another is you ensure that the children or the students have physical interaction with the teacher, because that matters a lot. Because that is very essential. We cannot avoid this at any cost. And third is avoid harsh comments on teachers, because many times very harsh comments are made on teachers. So that also one has to worry about. So what is coming after Corona? And we are talking about homeschooling, home learning, and that can be a future pattern. And it may go to any extent, but I am not sure. Will there be a system where you can have a teacher on demand? Like you order a driver or a plumber, like you can order a teacher for 3 hours, that give him a job to explain some part of quantum mechanics or some mechanics or something like that, or some poems or drama or something like that. And that is the job of that teacher. So you get a suitable teacher for that and forget afterwards. Maybe, I don't know. This is a wild imagination which I am having. But these are the effects on higher education. We'll have to be prepared for that. We'll have to worry that how do we preserve our old system, but at the same time, we have to face the new challenges. We have to satisfy the needs of the students or the future generation. And that is a big task in higher education. And if we change, unless we change our thinking, our practices, our efforts, our approach, our attitude, this will not be achieved. And this is a big challenge before all of us. This is not only challenge to teachers. This is a challenge to students. This is a challenge to parents also, and society as a whole. And that is why this becomes a very important topic, because we are at the crossroad where we have to take a correct path. If we take a wrong path, then this will be a disaster, not only for a student, but for the nation as a whole. So I think I have exhausted my time. Have I exhausted my time?
Sir, if any special announcements, then we have another 5-10 minutes, and then we can probably move for question answer session.
Yeah, okay. So I think I can sum up by saying that this changing paradigm in higher education is means you have to sense that at this particular moment, there are many other changes which are taking place. And at the same time, we have a challenge of Corona, which we have to face very effectively. And it will have an effect on education as such, school education as well as higher education. And this was the right time to discuss this topic. So I appreciate the efforts made by both this Mumbai University and College Teachers Association, as well as this Scholars Forum, Library and Information Science. So I thank for inviting me and for your patient listening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now, can we move forward towards question answer session, sir?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Our first question is, how you differ Indian higher education and Western higher education?
Yeah, Western higher education has a very important component, and that is practical experience. Okay. And self-learning process, as well as evaluation criteria. In, say, Western countries or developed countries, whatever is being taught in the class does not appear in the question paper. The questions are based on that information, but there is no direct question which has been discussed in the class. In our system, whatever is discussed in the class, the questions are based only on that. And if they are not, then there is a complaint that they are out of syllabus. So this is the major difference, that is one thing. And as I said, that participative learning, then See, they give means kind of a opportunity to think and express yourself. So that is actually very important. Ketan?
हॅलो.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
हा सर. सर संत जनाबाई महाविद्यालय गंगाखेडीतील मराठीचे प्राध्यापक आहेत. त्यांचा एक प्रश्न असा आहे की आयसीटी एज्युकेशनमुळे शिक्षक ही संकल्पना मुळीच निघेल का?
नाही, मी ते सांगितलं की ती निघणार नाही, कारण पण शिक्षकाला त्यासाठी बदलावं लागेल. शिक्षकाला नवीन जे चॅलेंजेस आहेत तर ते फेस करावे लागतील. जे एक्सपेक्टेशन्स आहेत विद्यार्थ्यांच्या त्या सॅटिस्फाय करावे लागतील. आणि मुख्य म्हणजे विद्यार्थ्यांच्या अंडरस्टँडिंग मध्ये तुम्ही किती कॉन्ट्रीब्यूट करता याला जास्त महत्व राहील. तुम्ही किती माहिती देता याला खूप कमी महत्व राहील त्याच्यामध्ये. एकच मिनिट, मी जरा प्लग इन करतो माझा पीसी. एक मिनिट.
ओके सर.
ओके सर.
हॅलो. हॅलो. हा, विचारा.
Yes,
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 sir.
yes, sir. Yes, yes, sir.
Yes.
Next question is raised by Durga Raikar madam.
Okay.
Next question. Unmute.
Yes.
Madam, unmute करा तुम्हाला. Hello. Please unmute yourself.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Sir, people wants to know more about mentor system. I request you, sir, please throw some light on this topic.
Okay, this is a scheme which is introduced by UGC, and under which they select a particular college, which will be a mentor college. And they have a committee on which there is a educational expert like me or equivalent. And then there are other experts in that committee. And this college will help these mentee colleges to prepare SSR and also actually help them to actually make the SSR, submit it, whatever difficulties they have as far as the NAC accreditation is concerned, that is taken care by this college. And that is they are actually conducting webinars for these colleges and also having personal discussions wherever they have difficulties in actually writing a SSR or going for the NAC. So that is the system that is actually provided by the UGC.
Sir, for this system, they have to pay some.
No. That is UGC is paying for that. UGC is providing grant to the mentor college, and through that this actually scheme is implemented. So those colleges doesn't have to pay anything.
Sir, next question is from Mr. Mitesh Hanvate, and he want to ask, sir, how do you see the concept of online teaching and basic problems of unavailability of resources in rural areas in this COVID-19 situation?
Yeah, that is a problem, and that we'll have to tackle. So I had one idea which I have written in Sakal also, that we should form some study groups by NGOs and other people who want to help the society. And they should actually form these groups ward-wise or in a village, one group or that kind of thing, and provide these facilities to the students. Because all the students may not have smartphones, or they may not have projectors, or they may not have connectivity. And these things we'll have to do in future, because government alone will not be able to provide all these facilities to the needy students. And this is the biggest challenge which we have, right from school level to the postgraduate level. So we'll have to find out the solution for that. Definitely.
Sir, so what are the initiatives taken by the government to tackle this situation, sir?
Now they have announced some channels on TV. 12 channels have been announced on Doordarshan. So that is one initiative already taken by the government, but that may not be enough because students
Yes, very true,
some
sir.
problems. Yeah. So some personal interaction is required, and that is what I suggested, that every society can have a study group. And the people who are able to coach or guide or something like that, they can provide voluntary services for that.
Okay, fair enough, sir.
Next question is raised by Durga Raikar madam.
No, sir. She has to unmute first.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. The question is, who is responsible for not doing the NAC of college?
Both management and principal, these are the main responsible people. But at the same time, teachers have to get, they should also play a major role in this. Because unless it is a collective effort, no principal can actually prepare or face the NAC. So this is a collective effort, and of course the initiative has to be taken by the management and the principal.
Sir, there is one question. How could we improve industry collaboration for practical exposure?
Yeah, we have been trying that, and there are many efforts which are there. We have to form a liaison group. Like in Pune, we have formed a liaison group. And we have regular meetings after 1 month or 2 months, and where industrialists and the academicians come together. And then they propose what are the needs of on the academic side, and what are the availability of opportunities or whatever help they can give from their side. And if you match these two, then the things will happen. But it's very difficult because industrialists, they have their own problems, and it depends on how many students they can accommodate. So unless we have some kind of facilities which are actually prepared in the college itself or the university itself, then support can be offered by the industrialists. But if you are 100% dependent on them, I don't think that it is possible for any industry to accommodate so many students, because our number is very big. So it becomes very difficult to actually provide internship or training programs with the industry.
From Datta Kalwande, sir.
Hello.
He says, really the need. Hello.
Hello.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
There is one question from Datta Kalwande, sir. He asked, really there is a need to Atal ranking, NIRF, NAC, RUSA, Paramarsh, etc. Can we implement anyone in higher education system in India? Because most of the staff busy in NAC and it's a ranking process instead of actual teaching. What you say? What you can say about this?
No. This is the wrong way of putting it, because what is expected is that you have to be with the system of NAC and NRF all the time. What we do is, when the NAC is after 5 years, we start in the 4th year. Okay. Same thing is true for the NRF. That I have experienced. That unless you do that every day, then you don't have to struggle or spend more time on that, and it will not affect your teaching. So it should be part of your management system. That has not become in our case, because most of the, say, as I am seeing, that preparation starts at the 3rd or 4th year. So 3 years are lost, nothing is done. And then it takes so much effort to collect the data of last 3 years, because everything is lost and people are not available, they don't provide information, then you have to run here, run there. And then they need documentation, which is not there, then you make fake documentation, that kind of many things happen in that. So unless it becomes habit, that whatever is required for the NAC or the NRF, we prepare at that time only. Whatever you do, you actually pass on that information to your system that day only or that time only. Then only it will happen, or it will not, then you will have not to put much effort in that. The more effort goes in collecting the information only and actually making the documentation. So that is my experience and my feeling.
Sir, one question I would like to ask. What is your view about this NAC accreditation? If you look at, like now in the new system, they have, if we are in 2020, then we have to go 5 years back. If we'll start thinking of doing NAC in 21, then again we have to think from 2016 onwards. So if there's no, for example, all those colleges, suppose accreditation is due in 2011, 2012 likewise. And if the colleges are not going forward, and if they are going in 2020 or 2019, so then is not that those years which have been lost, is there any particular thing which NAC has come out with for those lost years?
No, no. NAC is only saying that whatever years you earmark for which you are to be assessed. So that only they take into consideration. Whatever happened in past, they are not worried about it. So you define that for which period you want to be assessed. So for that period, what has happened? Of course, mean there is a reference to what has happened in the past and what is the increment which you have done. But that happens only when you have gone earlier for the NAC. If you have not gone, then this is a fresh assessment. So they will assess on that basis only. So they are not accounting for the last years.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Sir, the next question is.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. There is a question, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Please ask.
There is a question from YouTube. Dr. Vittal Jaibe sir asked, sir, presence of teachers not replace any technology. He wants light on this.
No.
I'm audible?
Yeah, partly. What I understand is that teacher cannot be replaced by any, say, technology. That is true. See, physical interaction is very important, and it has been said many times. Because when this internet came, and I remember that there was a company, Cisco company, and they actually made very much propaganda that this will be total replacement of teacher and all. Later on, they realized that that is not possible. So now they say that it is only partly replacement of teaching learning process. It cannot be replaced totally. So teacher will remain relevant, but provided that he is able to satisfy the expectations of the students. He will not have the same role as he is having right now, like giving the information in the class. That is gone. You have to go beyond that. So unless teacher goes beyond that, he will not remain relevant in this present situation. That is what my but teacher will be needed. Teacher will be needed.
Okay, thank you.
The next question is from Mr. Gajmal. सर, या शिक्षण प्रक्रियेत सुविधेअभावी ग्रामीण भागातील विद्यार्थी मागे पडू शकतो का? आणि पडत असल्यास काय काळजी घ्यावी?
नाही, पडू शकतो. देयर इज अ म्हणजे पॉसिबिलिटी की तो मागे पडू शकेल. याचे कारण असं आहे की जर कारण खेड्यामध्ये शिकण्याचा स्रोत किंवा सेंटर हे फक्त शाळा किंवा कॉलेजेस असतं. शहरामध्ये विद्यार्थ्यांना शिकण्यासाठी इतर अपॉर्च्युनिटीज असतात. तशा खेड्यात ते असत नाही. आणि त्यामुळे हे जर घडत नसेल तर ते कसं घडवता येईल याचा आपण विचार केला पाहिजे. जसं मगाशी मी म्हणालो की सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप जर तयार झाले आणि त्यांनी विद्यार्थ्यांना मदत केली त्या वॉर्डमध्ये किंवा त्या भागामध्ये, तरच ते विद्यार्थी मागे पडणार नाही. नाहीतर ते मागे पडू शकतात. कारण आजकाल आपलं असं झालंय की परीक्षा नाही त्यामुळे अभ्यास नाही, आणि अभ्यास नाही त्यामुळे शिक्षण नाही. आणि हे पुढे चालू राहिलं तर त्याचे फार वाईट परिणाम आपल्याला पुढे दिसून येतील.
हॅलो सर, hello.
Yes, Dr. Kanchi. Yes.
Sir, namaskar. Sir, this my question pertains to the research output of various countries. It is generally stated that our research output is around 1.7% as compared to the research output of the rest of the countries. And even China is also producing about 10% of research outcome. It's contributing almost 10% to the research outcome of the world. Why are we lagging behind, and what are the remedies? What's your opinion on this?
No, there are many reasons for that. One is that how much amount we spend on research. That is very negligible. That is one thing. Second thing is that our model, Indian model, which was developed after independence, gave more emphasis on the national institutions. And it was thought that the research will be done by these institutions and universities will do only teaching. And that has actually created all this problem. Because now universities, after that it was realized that universities are the centers where the research should be conducted. But it was too late. And now also the amount of money which university gets is only fraction of the money given to the national institution, only 100 or so. So this is one reason. Second thing is that culture, research culture has to be there. So there are many things which are lacking in our society. But at the same time, if we have a correct attitude and if we really think about the research, we can improve on this aspect, definitely.
Thank you, sir. One more question is from Mr. Latkar, which is a member of our organizing team also, sir. And his question is, what is the role of libraries in the changing environment of higher education?
Library is a resource. Now it is knowledge resource center. So that itself defines its role. It is not only collection of books. So it has to create the knowledge. And what are the ways to create the knowledge? So libraries means librarians also has a role to provide the ways and means of creating a knowledge to the students. And that is why they have to undertake many programs where first is educate about libraries to the students, because many students don't know how to use the library. Second thing is what are the learning opportunities for the students, maybe in the form of books, maybe in the form of audios or videos or internet and that kind of thing. So these are the things which library has to provide to the students and educate them on these aspects so that library can be used effectively in learning process. Right now, how many students visit library per day? That doesn't go more than 20%. So if it goes 21, it is considered very good. And about the teacher, again, the percentage less. So this has to change. And so this change is required from both sides, from teachers, students, as well as from the library. Means attitude of the librarian should not be that nobody should come to the library. Means it should not be repulsive. Library should have many programs where they will attract the students toward the library and bring them into the flow or in the system so that they can make use of this knowledge resource center effectively. So these are the challenges.
Yes, sir. Yes. Durga madam, have you any question in your chat box now?
No, ma'am.
एक तिकडे मत आहे मॅडम. हॅलो.
Yes. बोला ना सर.
युट्यूब वरती एक मत आले डॉक्टर कीर्ती कुमार मोरे यांचे.
बोला.
कोरोना आला नसता तर आयसीटी एज्युकेशनचा विचार आपण पुढील 5 वर्षे केला नसता असं त्यांचं मत आहे.
Sir, what is your opinion on this statement?
Yeah, that is true, because now it has become a need of the hour. As I have said, I have given example about solar energy. Right now also we are not making use of solar energy because it is not needed, because we have alternatives with us. So same thing was true with this, that we had alternatives of teaching and learning, and that's why we were not paying attention to ICT. Now, because of this, we have to pay attention to ICT. There is no other way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Actually,
may I request Dr. Misra, sir?
Yes. Yes, sir.
May I request Dr. Misra, sir, if he has some questions or comments? Dr. Misra, sir, please.
Is my voice audible?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Sir, very good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Hello. Sir, my point was just I thought of, you have said so nicely and presented everything to what is the current situation. I thought to just ask you, when at the administrative point of view of the university academic system, we have all poor quality people ruling it. Do you think that the change, what is expected, can be done as you thought or as you presented in coming 6 months, 1 year in the entire country? And second thing, when the policy making system is operated by the political groups, where we have always becoming the downgrade people or the receiving end, how can we now address this situation as warranted?
See, I don't feel comfortable in commenting on any administrative person because I am now retired. So
No, sir, not administrative. I said, sir, not administrative. I said about the administration of the university academic system, like all the elected bodies and
but
other things.
that is a joint responsibility of all of us. So
Yes.
unless each
So,
one of
but
us
my point was
improve,
how to change. Sir,
we
in the
have to
present situation, we need immediate change.
yeah, we have to change attitude. Means we should be ready to adapt new situation and react accordingly. So that attitude we have to have. We should not be, repulsive to that or say do nothing. So that is the only thing which you can do.
Sir,
And
exactly. That's what I wanted to tell, that in the present situation, until unless we switch over to the new mechanism, new adaptation, the same thing will not be able to, or will remain behind. Some university can remain behind if they don't adapt to change scenario with the sub-by, with the teaching methodology, with the
no, that is true. See, at the age of 67, I have adopted for a webinar. So young people can adopt it very easily. So that is it. So this is how we have to go accordingly, because otherwise we are not used to speaking to the people, not seeing them. That was not our habit, but we have to make that habit. Okay, you have to learn. We have to go ahead with it. So unless you have this attitude, things will not improve. We have to have this attitude of learning new things, and don't be afraid of what will happen or whether it will be difficult or not. Nothing is difficult in the world. There are many people who are elder than me. They are doing far better, in this new situation, like Dr. Arjita Kole. So we have to take examples from such people and go ahead, and don't be inhibitive or means don't unnecessarily comprehend yourself like that.
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes. Now I request Honorable Daivate sir, please, if you have any questions or any comments, please unmute yourself, sir. Sir, you have to unmute. Right.
Yes.
It is very nice, informative lecture for all of us, sir. However, there were two questions posed into this area, and they are: what is the role of library, or what librarians has to perform in the future? And I know, sir, you are a master of everything. You have answered it very well. What are the duties of librarian and all these things? But one thing is very sure, that all the librarians are taking very hard steps to adjust and accommodate in the changing environment. Say, right from the beginning, if we look into the environment, we will see that paperless society came, automation came, then internet revolution came. After education revolution, these were the important changes came into our practice. No doubt, all the library professionals, they have changed, they have transformed, not only transformed themselves, but they have also transformed libraries, sir.
Yeah.
I know that libraries are of different stages, like one of my friend also categorized these three factors of COVID into libraries, that is green zone libraries, red zone libraries, orange zone libraries. It was a very unique example here, Sai. One thing is, there's a higher education institute, no doubt they have very good libraries set up. For example, I will quote everything, sir. We are really seeing our SPPU library and BAMU library. There's upcoming library of SRTUMU also, where new building has come up, and all transformation are going to take. But nowadays, what happens, sir? We are also transforming. No doubt about this. Situation has come drastically at 11 hour, and more action is taken in this activity. But slowly and silently, sir, what is looked into this matter is that E-content management is already in process by almost all libraries.
Yeah.
They are taking care of collecting digital as well as they are transforming into digital role also, sir. They are also digitizing their valuable material. Many institute as well as government is also supporting, UGC also supporting to them. Apart from that, sir, many things are coming out. Say, for example, Dr. Jagdish Kulkarni has initiated one research group, and only research group is monitoring everything, and he is only monitoring them, and they are only organizing such type of programs. This is a very talented job they are taking, sir. And now one of the most important thing is, sir, gathering information from different open source as well as legal sources is very good activity they are doing, and they are making it like a big data which can be used for the scientist. And really, in other sense, I will say, sir, it is a knowledge resource based center. Now it is the true fact to say, like it is a from information center, library to information center, or from information to knowledge center, where knowledge is galvanized and knowledge is also shared among the researchers, scholars, educators, academicians, and everything. So all such type of things, slowly and silently, everybody has digested. Only thing at our level is, problem at our level is, sir, we do not have sufficient infrastructure to support all these activities. No doubt, UGC, InflipNet, and all these big agencies, they are monitoring. And right now, yesterday, Finance Minister also declared many challenges for the higher education. They are making one channel for one class and one nation, one channel. Many things they have taken out, many new initiatives they have taken out. That is going on, but slowly and silently, I, as a librarian or from the profession of librarian, I would like to say that we are also developing and marching toward this end, and we are making a lot of webinars, even in this COVID period, to just aware students, professionals, and our academicians to move fast and initiate for the new academics, new trends in this. And we are most proliferating into the evaluation of resources. Now, since I was working in the NCL, I am also ex-employee of NCL. I am retired now as an information scientist only. I attended many conferences, many activities since then. And I know, sir, in NCL, we have started internet since 1992 on the coffee shop. Means initiation in higher education, no doubt about it. But definitely the questions asked on this, they are saying that will it come to the root level? That is the main activity.
Yeah, exactly. No, I do appreciate the effort. Definitely,
Yes.
lot
But
many effort.
I want to say, sir, yes, it will percolate to the root activity, because the NIC is taking maximum lead into this. And I'm really appreciating for all the government agencies, activities, and role towards enhancing education, higher education. But what you exactly said is that teacher community, teaching community, academics also have to shift the role according to other things. I really appreciate, and I'm really thankful for giving me a chance to share my views. But my views is now only for my professional. If I want to say something, is that we have to give research discovery services more, which are required, because you have to become a more information provider, information aggregator, information analyzer, and information distributor. For this purpose, you can use anything. It is the way welcome for the library professionals. Thank you very much, sir, for giving me a chance. You too also, thank you very much. You all listen my.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now I request Professor Subhash Athole sir to sum up, and then we'll go for vote of thanks. Subhash Athole sir, please.
Thank you, Dr. Jagdish. It was wonderful to listen Dr. Pandit Vidyasagar after long time. When we have started the session, that time only I was informing sir that I had listened to your session long back when he had come to Mumbai University. And after that, I think the views which sir had put forward, I think they are very clear. And he also understands that if we want to survive, the teachers community as a whole, I am not separating librarians from the teachers community, because the law has given us that that we are part of teachers. So if we as a teachers want to change ourselves, then definitely we have to adapt the changes which are happening, technological changes. Rightly said by Dr. Deibate, that our profession is definitely into it. To update, sir, that since this lockdown has taken place, Mukta, that is Mumbai University and College Teachers Association, has taken lead in organizing all these webinars for the benefit of the teachers. Today, early morning, when we had a session with SNDT University, Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor said that Teachers Union normally is into some activities of fighting with the authorities and the administration. But this as a unique activity and a very good set example that teachers organization is coming forward for teachers education as well. In the beginning, what Dr. Meenakshi Madam has said while introducing Mukta, that Rashtra ke hit mein shiksha, shiksha ke hit mein shikshak, and shikshak ke hit mein samaj. I think on that tagline, we also intend to go further and to provide educational opportunities to the teachers, and to see to it that we should be uplifting them, providing them opportunities to adapt technology and to go ahead with it. Thank you very much, sir, for your enlightening thoughts and enlightening speech. And definitely, we librarians are committed to accept the change which is going to take place pro-COVID. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Over to Jagdish.
Now over to Durga Raikar. Durga Raikar, madam, please. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you so much. Myself, Durga Suhas Raikar from Ahmednagar Jilla Maratha Vidya Prasarak Samaj College, Takri Dhokeshwar. I feel very proud and happy to inform you that till now we have crossed 2,300 numbers of registration for this session. All the participants are requested to fill up the feedback form. You will receive the feedback form on your registered mail ID. At the end of the session, please fill the feedback form and submit it. You will get yours on your registered mail ID within 2 days. Let me repeat it once again. All the participants are requested to fill up the feedback form. You will receive the feedback form on your registered mail ID at the end of the session. Please fill the feedback form and submit it. You will get your certificate on your registered mail ID within 2 days. Thank you. Now I turn to most awaited part of this session, and that is vote of thanks. I feel very proud and lucky for having the opportunity to express my gratitude on behalf of Library and Information Science Research Scholar Forum and Mumbai University and College Teachers Association Mukta. At the outset, I would like to express my gratitude and thank our resource person of this online informative session, Honorable Dr. P.B. Vidyasagar, former Vice Chancellor, Swami Ramananda University, Nanded. He expressed his views on changing paradigm of higher education. The way he exposed the new paradigm of higher education is definitely very innovative and informative. Also and inspiring for us. It appealed a lot. It is because of him that today's session proved a great success. Thank you very much, sir, for your informative lecture. Now I take this opportunity to thank respected Dr. Vaibhav Naravdeji, sir, President of Mukta, contribution and cooperation towards students. Also, I thank Mr. Subhash J. Athavale, sir, General Secretary of Mukta, for being present here and boost our morale and his valuable thoughts. I thank Dr. Meenakshi ma'am for brief introduction of Mukta. I thank Muqta's all technical team members for their valuable efforts, cooperation, and help. Now I take this opportunity to thank Library and Information Science Research Scholar Forum, especially Sir, Director of Knowledge Resource Center, Swami Ramananda Tirtha Marathwada University, Nanded, for his valuable guidance. It is because of him, it is because of his innovative idea that this online lecture is organized. About respected Dr. Kulkarni sir, I always says that he is a person with open mind and innovative ideas. You are not only an advisor, but also a guiding star for us. Sir, you are the source of our inspiration and motivation. Thank you so much, sir. I thank respected Honorable Dr. Mishraji sir, Pro Vice Chancellor, Punyashlok Ahilya Devi, Solapur University. And also I thank Dr. Daivate sir, former principal officer of NCL Pune, for being with us and share your valuable thoughts with us. I would like to thank all the guides of Swami Ramananda Tirtha Marathwada University who are present here. Their guidance is very much important for us and valuable for us. Also, I thank Mrs. Pritam Maral, Madam, Coordinator, Allies Research Scholar Forum, for her and her technical team members, Dr. Arun Hambarde sir, Dr. Mitesh Hanwate sir, Dr. Hitesh Brijwasi sir, Ravindra Latkar sir, Dr. Jadhav sir, Dr. Kanchi sir, Dr. Kale sir, Dr. Bomble, Mr. Gajmal sir, Mr. Vithal Sontakke sir, Mr. Deshmukh sir, and all other team members for their valuable assistance. Also, I thank the organizer for providing me the opportunity to work as a technical team member. It is a very nice experience. I learned a lot from this experience. Thank Professor, I would like to thank specially here Professor Sudhakar Shinde, sir, formal acting principal of our college, Sri Dokeshwar College Takri Dokeshwar, for his valuable support. Also, I would like to thank those participants who are present here from various universities and different states. Without your cooperation and participation, this session won't be सक्सेस. और इसीलिए आप सभी के लिए एक शेर अर्ज करती हूँ, चांद बिना चांदनी नहीं, चांद बिना चांदनी नहीं, सूरज बिना रोशनी नहीं, सागर बिना पानी नहीं, सागर बिना पानी नहीं, और आप बिना हम नहीं. These lines are dedicated to all our participants. Dear participants, I would like to remind you once again, please don't love the feedback form. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, we'll stop the streaming now.